Music in these days is demonic to demonic. Welcome to this Trailblazing Thursday, October 16th, 2025, episode 326 of D-Lo Show. Too many fives and threes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of numbers, I know the origin. I went down the path of young lingo, and I know something that I'm worried about the youth. So we know the thing 6'7", the most randomest shit ever. It's even more random than 24. 24 or 25. You know, he's got that. But this 6'7" has taken over to the point where news broadcasts, I shit you not, news broadcasts, we're having a news segment on it, and they're trying to figure out what it means. So I was like, they didn't really explain it. It's from they say from the song. I forget the damn name, but the song is freaking yeah. It's from the snippet I heard and a few like the bar go out. This shit is ass. Like, let's be real. And this shit is demonic, bro. Because when he said 6'7", I was like, okay, they didn't really explain the 6'7" thing. So I did the research myself to look up 6'7". What does it mean? So my few search of 6'7s, it showed a recent news report. Okay, it showed a viral meme, of course, that leaves people confused, which I be too, which I was still confused out of that. So I kept reading. It said that it was a jurisdiction code, and it can mean different things. Whatever state has their own type of codes, whatever. So like, yeah, whatever code in that state they have, it's law 67 or whatever. And then the last one, which this is the most demonic one, the most evilest one, which is a police code, a 10 code. In a code police, they had like 10 whatever. This one, 1067, is a common code for and it means to investigate report of death. I was like, huh? I was like, huh? Shraggy? That's when the alarms start popping up like, whoa, 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 whoa. This shit is getting crazy. Whoa. So all these kids are just saying 6'7" and not knowing what the hell that really means. Bro, what the hell happened to music? What the hell happened? Bro, I'm being serious. You have to find the good music. Like, you have to really go out and search the decent music, because 78% of what's played on the mainstream or on the main, that what you hear on the main occurrence, my guy, there's no balance. It's all just drill shit. And I'm like, damn, can a brother, go to the store and, get a freaking milk or something, like, do like, I was gonna say skills, but that would probably trigger all the jokes of whatever. But either way, it just, can we get a little balance? Cause it's like the balance is like 80% treasure shit, and then like the 20 is like, whatever it is, like eccentric, eclectic, whatever the heck. It is different. But there's no balance. It's like, man, the scales are all over the place. And when I looked that up and saw that, I was like, So these kids say 6'7", so we need to investigate all these. We need to investigate some shit now. So investigate for murder, death. So I'm, oh boy, that Ron, whatever the dude's name, that made it viral. And I forgot on the news report, they had a high school kid try to explain it, and he's like, I just did the little hand thing, 6'7". I was like, are you kidding me? Really? That's how that thing, the hand motion goes to 6'7". I was like, really? Please, parents, do your research on the. Don't do your research. Don't do your research on 6'7". Just type in 6'7" meaning and like whatever he means, and click more. Don't just be like, oh, take off the Urban Dictionary. No, go read. Go read. Go Kyle, go whatever code it is, because police code. Go police codes too. You want to go deeper into that research. Because when I saw that shocked me. I was like, whoa, wow, that's extra demonic than what the frig I expected. I didn't expect all that. So yeah, but either way, that was my shock of the day. That shocked me. You gotta be kidding me. Yo, what the heck? Are you serious? We had to get that public service announcement out there. I'll give you a couple more little extra news that came across my face. Angel Reese, repping the city, baby. She walked the fashion week, little fashion showcase. What would you know? Who'd have thought someone from the city come on the runway? Lovely, delicious. Hey, delicious. That's all I was gonna say. It was delicious. Congrats. Shout out to her. Rep the city well. And a little sad news. Well, very sad because death is sad news. We lost an R&B legend, an R&B icon, Grammy winner, D'Angelo. He passed away yesterday at the age of 51 from pancreatic cancer. He's been battling that the last few years, and on that, and it took him. It took him out. He's 51 years old. Um, it's eerie because his excuse me, Angie Stone. Um, the same fate was last year. I didn't know I forgot they was even doing each other, but they had family on, and both parents they lost their parents in a year span or two. That's sad. So hearts go out to the family. Prayers go out to the kids, all the family. They lost both of their parents in different ways. Accident and then cancer took them out. It's sad. But of course, D'Angelo's most iconic. The most iconic thing I remember from D'Angelo is that song, How Does It Feel? And I remember hopping I was turning on TV one day, I was flipping through channels, BET, and I just see D'Angelo just, that music video. And they were showing this chance and all that. I was like, all right, you're showing way a lot. But I was like, you know what? It's a tool to research, to see how to get those V-necks and pectorals, all that lower, yeah, get your abs. So I'll give you inspiration for that. I'll give you credit on that. You was an inspiration for guys who want to get shredded, man, shredded. They have a canvas to look to in a way. So, rest in peace, D'Angelo. Now something. Nah, it's just rest in peace. So rest in peace to him. Wow, yeah, man, Angie Stone. I was early this year, shit, but damn. It was last year's man. So it was early this year. But yeah, rest in peace. A lot of people bumping his music. He's great. A lot of people really gonna miss his music. But cancer's a horrible thing. But yeah. But let's move on to that last one. A lot of people remember because we all grew up seeing that and we'll listen to songs and stuff like that. So to see him go out like that, in that way, in that fashion, and not be able to see his kids grow up, that's sad. So rest in peace, D'Angelo. He's a legend. He's cool. Rest in peace, Angie Stone too. They can be together in some kind of fashion, but But we're gonna let's KIM keep it moving. Let's KIM to the next one. All right, let's go to baseball real quick because they're quick and easy. Getting out of the way. All right, baseball. Dodgers and Brewers, game two. Milwaukee needs to win in game two to tie it up at one. The Dodgers want to go home to Los Angeles up 2-0 and be cooling. It started out good for the Brew Crew. Jackson sure hit a solo shot in the first and it makes it 1-0. Then Teoscar ties up in the second, makes it 1-up. Then Andy Pagas, Ariado makes it 2-1. They're in the lead. Then Muncy increases in the sixth with a solo shot, makes it 3-1. In the seventh, Shohei Ohtani, RBI single makes it 4-1. And Edmund with the RBI single in the eighth made it 5-1. The Brewers, they really thought it was going to get one, and they lost here. And it wasn't just because of the Dodgers bats. Mr. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he said he was because he must have heard my episode. It was like, and it's like, you think you really think the Brood Crew's gonna win? Ah, watashi no toke niwa no te inai. And if you know what that means, that's Japanese for not on my watch. And he was electric. He went 9 the distance, complete game, only gave 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. He was dealing electric. So y'all know Yamamoto-san, respect. Good job. And you completed the first game in 8 years, in the playoffs in 8 years, which doesn't shock me, but at the same time, part of the game. They want to change the game of the bullpens. KC changed the game. The Royals. Who knew the Midwest be the game changers for football and baseball? Ain't that a bitch? But Dodgers go back to LA tonight 2-0. They're gonna see if they can go up 3. All right, Seattle. They came back home. They have a 2-0 lead. And you know how they do. That's how you know it's it. They brought the big guns out. They brought Randy Johnson to throw the first pitch. I said, damn, they brought the big unit out of here. I must have heard my Randy say, we gotta get Randy out of here. You know what I'm saying? We need that. I was like, hey, whoever. But Seattle kept it going. Julio Rodriguez hit the 2-run bomb in the first, made it 2-0. But after that, it was just all Blue Jays. Andres Jimenez ties it back with a 2-run bomb. We're tied up. Then, oh shit, George throws a wild one that goes way over the catcher's crane. Nathan Luke scores, and it's 3-2. Then Dalton Varsho brings a 2-run double, bringing Vladdy and Alejandro Kirk to make it 5-2. In the fourth, George Springer hits a solo shot, makes it 6-2, and he moves up as he has a tie for the fourth most home runs in the playoffs in playoff history. He tied with Bernie Williams, and he's one behind Schwarber. Altuve got 27. He's second, and then Manny Ramirez, who will not be in the Hall of Fame, disappointed about that. He leads all with 28. But it's not the only one home run parade. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. hits a solo bomb, makes it 7-2 in the fifth. Then Ernie Clement RBI single 8-2. In the sixth, Nathan Lukes RBI grounder makes it 9-2. Then Alejandro Kirk with a 2-run bomb, with a 3-run bomb, I just say. He brings in himself, George Springer, and Vladdy Guerrero makes it 12-2. Then Randy Rosarena in the eighth and Kyle Riley, they both get home runs for the Mariners in the bottom of the eighth, makes it 4-12. But the icing on this home run parade was Addison Barg with a solo shot and made it 13-4. And they really made a coin line with his name, barging in with this home homer. Oh, ha ha. And the winner was Toronto 13-4. Damn, Kirby got roughed up bad. Ugh. He only went 4 innings, gave 8 earned runs on 8 hits. While Shane No Justin, he did pretty solid. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 8 Ks in the walk. He did good numbers and got lots of run support, so that helps. Flew Hardy, what the fuck is that? I'm about to say, how the hell Jack get there? So I'll be like, whoa. But yeah, they put on a home run derby showcase there last night in Seattle. It was beautiful. All right, we got 2 games. One's coming on in a half hour. The Dodgers and the Brew Crew in Los Angeles. Early as shit. Tyler Glasnow, the big giraffe, he's on the mound. He's 2-6 in his postseason career. With a 4.89, 53 innings, 71 strikeouts. That's his postseason numbers. And on the other side for the Brew Crew is Aaron Ashby. Hope he got his lotion with him because he did not beat Ashley tonight. He has 6 postseason games. He has none on the ledger of this postseason. I'm just saying this postseason. Even 6 innings, 6 strikeouts with a 4.26 ERA. I'm gonna go to the Dodgers. Let's be good. And then next we had the other side, Mariners and Blue Jays round game 4. Can Blue Jays tie it up or will they go 3-1? Well, this gonna be a good pitching matchup. Luis Castillo, La Piedra. He won his first postseason start and didn't get no decision either. He got 6 innings, 4 Ks, so he's doing okay. And on the other side is Max Scherzer. We know him, Mad Max. Brown eye, I guess. But in his career postseason, 7-8 with 3.70 ERA, 143 innings, 171 strikeouts. Shout out to Scherzer. I'm glad he's back in this joint. I was saying it's 20. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, shout out to the both squads. Let's see if we get some good games. I'm gonna go to Blue Jays. I can't not go against Mad Max. I'm sorry, it's hard to go against. But we won't be surprised if it goes the other way. And let's go next one. All right. Let's go to football. I gotta make picks. Something's gonna skim through the games, and I'm gonna give you little bits and pieces of what happened. What I got right and wrong and all that nonsense. All right. Okay, let's go. Ugh. God dread this. Giants double up on the Eagles 34-17. Cam Scatterboo threatening for 3 rushing TDs. And I almost cried this game. They really booed my man Russ. Cause Jackson Hart got hurt. He got knocked out the game for a few plays. He came back eventually, but Russ, he threw a couple passes and the Giants fans was booing his ass. I said, damn, why y'all gotta boo my man? It's like I was like, damn. Like seeing your favorite QB being booed and seeing them being washed, getting older and seeing them get a little washed as they get older. It's sad. No, he still got it. He still has it, but there's times where he's like, let me just be safe and just throw it short. And it just doesn't work out. It just and get mad, like, what the hell are you doing? There's another guy open. Like, it just hate seeing this. It just it's sad, but 34-17. I got this pick wrong. This is why I get for picking the Eagles and putting everything on them boys. And my Commander fan maybe let me know about that. He said, don't trust them Cowgirl. Don't trust them Eagles. All right. We have London games. Denver. They won in an ugly affair, 13-11. We started off with a bunch of damn skis in the first, but the first touchdown came from Nate Atkins from Bo Nix. And it was 10-6 all from the first to the halftime. 10-6. There was then the Jets take the lead with a dancing from Nick Folk and a holding penalty on Denver that took place inside the 5 and it led to a safety. So 11-10. Something. Still ugly as fuck. 10-11. Then Lil Lutz hit the game winning Damski from 27 yards out, made it 13-11, and that was the final score. Good freaking grief. Justin Fields was in a straitjacket. He got sacked 9 freaking times. 2 from Jonathan Cooper, 1 from Nick Bonito, Talona Hafunga, Iyoyami Aruzarike, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers, 1.5 from Justin Sternad, and a half a sack from Brandon Jones. They was getting after him. He only had 45 yards passing. It was just a mess. Bo, he did okay. 19-30, 174 in the TD. He ain't no picks. He ain't fuck up, but he ain't like the world on fire. So let's say that. Troy Franklin fumbled. He lost his. Marvin Rizzo covered his own fumble. Good awareness. Yeah, they had 9 sacks a team. The Jets. Holy cow. 9-17, 45 yards. And they had -10 passing yards if you count all the sacks. Good grief. And then also made it worse. Garrett Wilson got hurt in this game too. He had a knee issue. Say he might be out a week or two, depending on how it goes, but it's still not good. And the Jets only got one sack from Jermaine Johnson. Wow. At least she had a safety. And at least she had a fumble. I'll give you that. And the man that recovered the fumble was Andre Cisco from the defense. So they got a little something. I got this pick right, so I'll take it. Ravens and Rams. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I was not angry in the first half. The first half was okay. We was there. It was 3-3. We traded Damskis. But we had everything just went. Everything was going all right. Everything was going all right until the 2-minute warning. And that 2-minute warning changed the whole game. We had the ball. We was driving down smoothly. We get inside the 10. We get in the red zone. We're getting inside the 5. Okay. We got Derrick Henry. All we got to do is run the ball across the goal line. What do we do? Freaking tush push. Why in the blue claw lipstick are we doing the tush push? We have Derrick Henry. You don't need to push nobody's tush. Just give it up to Henry, and that's it. You don't gotta do nothing extravagant. You ain't gotta do nothing spectacular. You ain't gotta push nobody's behind. All you gotta do is get the ball there, Henry, and let him find the lane to get in the end zone. He done it 110 times before. That's all you gotta do. What do we do? Tush push the freaking Andrews and Cooper Rush. What? Are you serious? Are you out your cranium? What are you thinking of, John? Because you're the last man to go to this stuff. Todd probably goes to you and say, hey, I'm going to go this way. Like, nah, call something else different. Or he'd be like, all right, I'm cool with this play. Let's go with it. What the? You get the ball to him on fourth down on a stretch? Are you freaking kidding me? Not even on a dive. Hell, a sneak. And you're going to put him in a wildcat if you want to have the ball in his hands. And then let him, either he goes over the top or he throws it over the top like he did in the playoffs when he beat us. Are you serious? At that moment, that's when the guy game changed. Kyler Williams scored. Cooper Rush Chad, of course, and then they scored again, and that was it. I don't even care who scored again. Wait a minute, who scored? Tyler Higbee scored. There. Higbee scored. We was down 17-3 just like that, and that was it. Thankfully, Tyler Huntley gave us a little bit of razzle-dazzle, but ain't scoring no freaking points. Oh, my God. I didn't want to get angry, but goddamn, I had to get fucking angry. And for one of the rare times I do this, I picked the Rams. I didn't pick my Ravens. Fuck that. I already knew we was going to lose going in. But I was like, you know what, let me be serious and pick the team I know is going to win. Let's be serious. And we'll go in the freaking bye week. Thank God. Stat stuff is staff. It's stuff with a little bit of stat sheet. 17-26, 181 on TD. Kai had 50 yards in the TD on 13 carries. Higbee 440 for a TD. The two positives I'll give. Nate Wiggins was on Devontae Adams most of the game because Puka got hurt in this one too. He hurt his foot. It's kind of odd, but either way, he hurt his foot. But Devontae only had 4 for 39 yards. So Wiggs, we can keep him as number one fucking corner. Put him on our best and put him on the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put him on the best and let him travel. Like Surtain does. Please, because he's good. Real shit. Oh, we did cause some mayhem. John Jenkins did force Stafford to fumble and lose the thing. Good job. Quentin Lake, he recovered a fumble, and Todd Davis recovered a fumble for the defense. They had 4 sacks, 2 from Byron Young, 1 from Jad Verse, and Laurel Murchison. And Quentin Lake, he not only had a fumble recovery, but he had a pick too. He was an active man. Had 6 tackles too. So that's play week 90 maybe. That's my freaking Ravens. Cooper Rush, Lord bless him. Bless his heart. He tried his darndest. 11-19, 72 yards of the pick. Holly came in 10 of 15, 60 yards, nothing. And he sacked 4 times. Well, that explains where the sacks came from, because I know Cooper didn't take no hits. And then he had 100 yards. Oh my god, yo. He had 122 rushing yards, but no touchdown. That touchdown would have been good, but no. You want to touch Andrew's touch. Why? Well, push his touch or push the line's touch, whatever. Let's move the fuck on. Zay 6 of 46. Shout out Justin Hill for being there. Zay fumbled. I forgot to say that too. Zay fumbled, which never happens. Fumbles, which ain't me angry. Oh yeah, we had 2 sacks. One from John Jacobs. He stretch sacked the soul out of Stafford, and then the half sack countage came from Trent Simpson and Teddy Buchanan. Our linebackers had to tag team duo this damn thing. But we're 1-5, and I'm so glad we have a bye this week. Next, we have the Steelers and the Browns. Ill. But we have division though. Discount double check, bitch. It was about a dance in the first half. 9-3 at the halftime. The TD started for in the second half. Money from Pittsburgh, of course. And Discount double check threw them both. He threw the first one to Connor Hayward from 12 yards out. It's going 16-3. Then they get the second touchdown to start the fourth quarter. It makes it 23-6. They get another dance. He made 23-9. They tried to darn this, but no avail. Pittsburgh wins 23-9. Double check hole. 21-30, 235, 2 TDs. Solid numbers. 52 yards from Warren. That's all right. DK 4 for 95 in the TD. Cool. Darnell Washington 3 for 62. Cool. Connors 1 catch for 12 yards, and that touchdown made a good work of it. Darnell phone, but that son bitch went out of bounds, so you lucky he came off steezy. He had 6 sacks as a team, 2 from Nick Herbig, 1 from Derek Harmon, 2 from Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I know he can get sad, but I never seen him get 2 in one game. And then hashtag combination TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. I'm throwing up right now. Good grief. The Browns, Dylan, goddamn Dylan, 29 of 52 for 221. Ew, that volume is crazy work. Harold Fan is 7 for 81. Jerry Jude 5 for 42. Junkins only had 36 yards on the ground. Ew, 12 carries. Ew. I'm not even a joke. Your kneecap, my guy. I hope your knee is alright, because you got hit in the low. It went one way, but it didn't go all the way to one way. So thank goodness. No sacks, nothing for them, and hey, at least Dylan Sampson getting kick return burn. No running back burn, but hey, at least she can get some kick return burn. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, Chargers and Dolphins in Miami. Chargers, the battle of 2020 QBs. Tua versus Herbert. And it was a battle. H.A. gets the first TD off a 49-yard TD run. And that was in between 3 Damskis by Dicker in the first quarter and a half. Then Riley got on the board with 2 straight of his own, made it 13-9.5. But then the TD started flowing for San Diego the second half. I'm used to saying them. Lad McConkey gets one for Herbert and Kamani Vidal too. They go up 10, 23-13. They go 26-13 with a Dicker field goal. Thinking good, right? Wong, Miami calls a mean comeback. 2 TDs, 1 from H.N. 4 yards out, and 1 from Waller for 7 yards out with 46 seconds to go. Tua thinks he wants a game, right? Herbert gets them down the field in the field goal range. Dicker kicks it in for 33 yards out, and it is good. And San Diego wins 29-27. I know I called San Diego twice. I was looking at a poll I seen where they say which running backs getting cut. LT, Adrian Peterson, Chris McCaffrey, and Marshawn Lynch. And I was like, I love all 4 of them. They're some of my favorites. LT my favorite. AP's in my top 5. Marshawn's always my top 10. He's always been lit. And Christian, he's my second favorite running back I like to watch in the league currently. So, yeah. I pick Marshall. Sorry, only because I think better. But either way, Herbert did good. 29, 38, 264, two TDs, nothing, no picks. Kamani Vidal got the main line share. 18 carries, 124 yards. I love it. Lamb McConkey set 100 yards and a TD. Oronde Gadsden the second, 7 for 68 yards. Vidal had 14 yards on 3 catches and a TD. And Gaddison fumbled and lost it, but Keener caught the phone for himself. Good awareness. Those the 2 sacks in the defense, Tui Tuipulotu and Odafe Owe. Are you freaking kidding me? We're moving on to that. Tua 21, 32, 205, a TD, 3 picks. God damn, Tua. I ain't even sharing that goddamn much. Well, good grief. Who the ones some bitch you shared to? You shared to Derwin James, Tony Jefferson, and Benjamin St. Juste. Well, at least Tony's benefit from this. And so is St. Juste. Both came from Maryland. We'll talk about Maryland later. 8-Chan went ham, 120 yards, 2 TD. See, Mark? See, John? See what happens when you get the ball to your running back? He give you 2 of them things. Fucking ass. Like, Jalen Wild 6 for 95 yards and threw an 8-yard pass. For what? That's random. Jordan Brusser caught the phone for the defense. Darren Wall had 2 for 12 in the TD. That's all we care for. And only had 1 sack from Kenneth Grant, who degrades. I grant you that. I think I picked the Chargers, right? No, I kind of like this ESPN that they showing they show who you pick, and I kind of forgot who I picked. So at least they give me a refresher of some things. So yeah, I picked the Chargers. Yay. Goody. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, it's Patriots and Saints in New Orleans. Patriots get another win. Did their 3rd straight win this one 25-19. Oh, snaps. All right, let's just read the lines because Drake May, he's been impressive with his line lately. I'm glad I made a good deal for him. I got a good deal for his ass. Either way, Drake May, 18-26, 261, 3 TDs, no picks. I love it. And ran for 28 yards leading the team. Ew. Kayshawn Booty had himself a day. He back in his home city. 5 for 93 yards, 2 TDs. Demar Douglas, 3 for 71 yards and a TD. Those are main guys at 8. And Drake recovered his own fumble and recovered his lineman from fumble. What awareness this man has. Craig Woodson with a recovery for the defense. I love it. And he had 2 sacks, one for Marcus Jones. Okay, stocky, yo. And Harold Landry the third. Nice. As for the Saints, Spencer Rattler, 20-26, 227. No TDs, no picks. Of course, Taysom Greedy self be the one that scored a touchdown. No Kamara or Kendrick Miller. What the hell? Olavi led the way 6 for 98 yards. Alvin Kamara 5 for 45 yards. Shaheed 4 for 28. And Juwan Johnson lost a fumble. Aww. Then that 1 sack came from Pete Werner. No Pete wins. We ain't had a rock hard too loud. Come on, baby, show me how you get down. All right, Cardinals and Colts bow to C's. All right, this was a good one. 31-27. Start out hot with 2 touchdowns each from both squads. Tyler Warren from Daniel Jones and Bam Knight 1-yard run TD. Then Jones runs himself and makes it 14-7. Ryland with a dance made it 14-10 at half. The ball started second half. The Cardinals get the lead thanks to Trey Brown from Jacoby Brissett. Makes it 17-14. We're tied at 17 thanks to Badgie's Damskis. Dortch gets the lead back for the Cardinals 24-17. He went 6 for 66 yards on that drive. And to tie it back up, Josh Downs Found by Daniel Jones, 5-yard TD, 24 up. Ryland gets the boys back in the lead with another nasty 27-24. But on the big drive to win it all, Jonathan Taylor runs it in for that 1-yard touchdown, and they take the lead 31-27. The defense holds it down, and they make the freaking win bag, baby. Colt, Daniel Jones. Who knew he liked Indianapolis? 22 of 30, 212, 2 T's, 1 pick. And ran one himself. So 3 total TDs. You greedy self. Jonathan Taylor, 123 yards in the TD or 21 carries. Lovely. Tyler Warren, 6 for 63 yards in the TD. Alec Pierce, 2 for 48. Josh Downs, 6 for 42 in the TD. Nice. And they had 2 sacks of defense coming from Quiddy Pay. I thought it was G in his name. It was Quiddy Pay. And the pick came from Mekhi Blackman, so at least they get some kind of. As to the Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett, they're pretty solid. No, there was no Kyler because he had knee issues. A lot of people, the streets be saying he wanted to play Call of Duty, which I guess. But Jacoby, 27-44, 320 yards, 2 TDs and a pick. Good numbers. Bam, 134 yards in the TD. Zay Jones, 5 for 79, led the team in yards. Trey McBride, 8 for 72 in the TD, led him in catches. Michael Wilson, 4 for 44. And Greg Dortch, 3 catches, 9 yards in TD. Huh? It's about volume. But how? I guess he lost a catch that lost yards because his long was 12, which is kind of odd, but I guess that. And the 1 sack came from Baron Browning, and the 1 pick came from Mac Wilson Sr. But the Colts, 5-1. I'm impressed. You've been my little sneaky dark horse this year. I didn't expect that from you. Congrats. Cowboys and not Cowboys. Seahawks and Jaguars battled the land and the ground. 2 fast animals. Who's gonna duke it out? Well, Ram. God damn. Good lead. Try. All right. Well, Jaguars got to start with a Trevor Lawrence fired Brian Thomas Jr. for the first touchdown of the season for him. But Seattle responded back in the second quarter with 13 unanswered points. 2 dynasties by Jason Myers. Sandwiched in between those was a 61-yard TD from Darnold to Jackson Smith Najiba. And it's 13-6 and a half. Then it's 26 states to Sam Darnold find Cooper Kupp for 11-yard TD. And the fourth, Trevor finds Tim Patrick for 26 yards, but they go for 2 and they fail miserably. And they don't get it. And that's all that she wrote. 20-12. All right, Sam, doing solid, good work. 60-27, 295, 2 TDs, no picks. And ain't got no running game going. Nobody got over 35 yards. Jackson Smith Najiba, 8 for 162 in the TD. He ate. AJ Barner, 3 for 71 yards. Nice tight end burn. Cooper Kupp, 2 for 40 yards in the TD, and that was it. And he had 7 sacks in the defense. 2 from DeMarcus Lawrence, 1.5 from Uchenna Nwosu, 1 from Drake Thomas, 2 from Byron Murphy II, and half a sack from Leonard Williams. So he was active on that Jaguar line. Had them looking like kitties. As for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, he did good too. 27-42, 258 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. Couldn't run a soul out the backfield. Ryan Thomas, 8 for 90 yards in the TD. He was the only guy that was above 50. Everybody else was, less than 30 at least. Tim Patch had the 1 for 26-yard catch. And that was it. Park Washington phone, but that son bitch went out of bounds, so he's a lucky bastard. And the 1 sack came from Eric Armstead, big fella. And I got this one right too. Yay. All right. God dang, what's making me slow? Interesting into the Cowboys and the Panthers. Well, Panthers. I think you like playing at home. From what I like to see, y'all love to play at home. Who doesn't love to play at home? It started out slow and steady. Both dynasties trade back and forth. Then touchdowns are traded back and forth. Hunter Lupke from Dak, 10-3. Then Tetiore McMillan from Bryce Young were tied up. Jake Ferguson, 19 yards from Dak, 17-10. At a half is 17-13. But in the third quarter, Rico Dowdle, 36-yard TD pass from Bryce Young, 20-17. George Pickens get a TD catch from Dak, 34 yards out, 24-20. Tetio McMillan gets a second TD from Bryce Young of the day to get back the lead, 27-24. Aubrey were tied back again. And we went all the way down to the end. And Ryan Fitzgerald hits the game-winning dynasty, 30-27, and it's beautiful for the Panthers. That blue, maybe Steve might go down there to check y'all out. Who knows? Come on. Yeah, Bryce Young, very good. 17-25, 199 yards, 3 TDs in a pick. Rico Dowdle, 183 yards on 30 carries. Good grief. And he had 56 yards and a TD on the receiving tip with 4 catches. Matched by Tommy Tribble, 4 for 39. Jimmy Horn Jr., 2 for 36. And Tetiora, 2 TDs on 3 catches for 29 yards. Way to make use of your catches. Rigo recovered his own fumble, same as the league at. Yeah. Country ass. All right, nothing. Dak, 25, 34, 261. 3 TDs, no picks. Devontae only had 20 yards on the ground. But George Pickens, good grief, 9 for 168 in a TD. Jake Ferguson, 3 for 33 yards in a TD. And Ryan Flournoy, 3 for 30. I thought I'd see that again. And recover fumbles from Dak. And Jalen Cropper, I guess he was a returner. He recovered his own. Good guess. And Don Wilson got a pick for the defense. And the 1 sack came from Maurice Leafau. Foul. So okay, Panthers 3-3. Nice. Raiders taking on the Titans in Vegas. Who's gonna get in number 2? And Vegas gets the one, getting it 20-10. They got a first half lead, but 10-zip at the half thanks to Michael Mayer's 4-yard TD from Geno and Daniel Carson's 50-yard Dansky. Genty ran in from 3 yards out, making 17-0 in the third. But they at least got some points. Matthew Wright and then David Martin Robinson got a TD from Cam Ward at the end. And that was kind of it. But 20-10, good win for Vegas. Geno, 17-23, 174 TD and a pick. Genty, 75 yards on 23 carries and a TD. Good numbers. Trey Tucker, 5 for 70 yards. Michael Mayer, 5 for 50 yards and a TD. Jacoby Myers, 4 for 39. That was all at 8. And 2 phone recoveries from Thomas Booker, 4th, and Tyree Wilson. They had 6 sacks this game after 2 from Max Crosby, 1 from Jonathan Lualu, Devin White, Lakai Fotu. And they're not getting the last dude because I only see 5, but it says 6. Yeah, I know my math. Yeah, don't say the last guy. And Devin White got a pick too, so he had a sack, pick, and 9 tackles. Good effort. And a TFL tackle for loss. As for Tennessee, Cam Ward, 26-38, 222, a T and a pick. He's not bad. He just needs to make a little better, short passes. But Tennessee said, we got to change coaches, B. Because Brian Callahan, you're fired. And Mike McCoy, you're back on the headset. You ain't seen in a good decade since you was coach. I think it was the same team too. I think. But he got a promotion. Van Jefferson 4 for 75 yards. Chicken-Owe Okonkwo 6 for 46. He said, I ain't changed my shit. Really got hurt 1 for 18. He injured his hammy, I think. Ward fumbled twice. Good grief. And lost in joints. Ugh. Yeah, he needs work on the turnovers. And Cody Barton got a pick for the defense, and their 2 sacks came from Draymond Jones and Jeffrey Simmons. We need Jeffrey, but no more Jeffrey. Buccaneers and the 49ers in Tampa. Fred Warner, God bless him, man. That shit was nasty. He was trying to play some defense. His leg got caught on him by his own defender, his own teammate, and it shit went sideways. And they showed the replay one time. I was like, yeah, nasty. So get well soon, Fred. Rashad White got started with a 2-yard TD pass, 7-zip. Pernell McCaffrey getting the boys in the lead with a TD and a Dansky, like it. Sean Tucker, 9-yard TD, making 10-14-10. It was 14-13. Oh, no. 14-13 Dansky. And then Cameron Johnson, 34-yard TD from playmaker Baker. It's 20-13. But it was 20-16 and a half thanks to Eddie last second Dansky. Good one. Another one from Pinero made it 19-20. That was the last one they could get. But the TD separated was Baymaker Baker finding Tez Johnson for 45 yards. Makes it, and they got last minute insurance dash to make it nice, 30-19. And the Buccaneers are 5-1. Baker, 17-23, 256 yards, 2 TDs. Very good game. Shaw White, 65 yards and 17 carries and TD. Sean Tucker, 25 on 6 and ran as well. Cameron Johnson, 4 for 64 yards in the TD. Sterling, 251. K, 5 for 51. Ted Johnson, 1 for 45, that 1 TD. And then Mecca Ibuka, he had just had straight in the game too, and that hurt. So that's how Shepard and others got burned. Oh, wow. Ibuka's birthday was the other day. Nice. I related. Baker fumbled, but was shy recovered. Good awareness. And he had 6 sacks from the defense. 4 hashtag combinations come from Vita Vea, Son Reddick, CJ Brewer, and Elijah Roberts. And then 2 sacks came from Yaya Diaby. One came from Jamel Dean and the veteran Levante David, of course. What up, Unc? You know what I'm saying? And they had picks from Kendall Vildo, he had the easiest picks of his life, but he kept falling. He fell like 3 times. I said, bruh, gotta get back in the bruh, and then got tackled. Jamel Dean, he got a pick as well. So it was active out there. Shout out to Dean, though. He had a pick and a sack. Nice. As for the 49ers, Matt Jones, he got a start 27-39, 347. No T's, 2 picks. The yards are cool, but the sharing and no TDs, no good. Cat 54 yards and a TD on 17 carries. Kendrick Bourne 5 for 142, 8. Jake Tongue 6 for 58. McCaffrey 7 for 57. Marcus on 2 for 44. Mac fumbled, but Luke Farrell recovered, and the only 1 sack came from Michael Williams. Like I said, prayers up to Fred, man, because that shit was just, ugh, that was nasty work. I got the Bucks right. Bengals in the pack, bro. Do. Thank you, pack. You ruined just debut. Part of the Bengals. Hallelujah. Thank you, Zach. It was 10-zip at the half, thanks to Lucas Havrisky's Danskis, who got the start for Brandon McManus, and Josh Jacobs. He ran in for 3 yards out, made it 10-zip. That was at the half. In the second half, Tanner Hudson got past from Canton Joe. It's 10-7. Then in fourth quarter, that's when everything started to pop off. Jacobs 14-yard T, second T of the game, 17-7. And Freeson gets in within a touchdown, 17-10. Tucker Craft, 19-yard T from Jordan Love, made 24-10. Jamar Chase gets a nice 19-yard T from Joe. And they go back. They go to Chase Brown, not the other one. choice. 24-18. They try to go for, well, they kick a dynasty is 27-18. That was the final score. So there you go. Victory for the Pack. Thank you. At least 2 of our division rounds lost this week ain't win. Love did good, solid work. 1926, 259 a TD and a pick. Josh Jacobs, 93 yards on 18 carries, 2 TDs. Nice. Matthew Golden 3 for 86 yards. Nice. Josh Jacobs 557. Romeo Dobbs 555. Tucker Craft 243 and a TD. Pretty solid work. Sacks, one from Lucas Van Ness, and that was it. No sharing. For the Bengals, Canton Joe, 29-45, 219. Crazy numbers. 2 TDs, no picks. No sharing. Jamar Chase, 10 for 94 and a TD. T. Higgins, 5 for 62. Noah Fan, 4 for 27. Tanner Hudson, 4 for 10. And he got that one little TD. And the one sack came from Geno Stone, and he got a pick. Oh, Geno, what you think you showing out now? Like, it's like, oh, Raven. See, this is what the Ravens missed for me. I got a sack and a pick. Like, you was getting one. You was not getting the other. Fuck. Whatever, at least y'all lost. And on prime time didn't give me no love. I ain't getting no prime time picks, right? Brian Batch must have been a Ravens fan because he robbed off on Juju on the post game. He robbed him in the fucking post game. Oh, God. He looked like a wolf. Chiefs won 30-17. Pat, you did your thing. 4 total TDs, 22-30, 257, 3 TDs, no picks. And he ran for 32 yards of TD as well. Pacheco, 51 on 12 carries. Why he ain't getting no end zone burn? Whatever. Kelsey, 6 for 78 yards. You got to find him. Juju, 3 for 57. He had an all right game. Hollywood, 4 for 45 and 2 TDs. Oh, my gosh. Zay River, 2 for 20 and a TD. Oh, my God. I'm so glad. I'll get to it. I will save it. Pat, you follow with your cover, you don't follow good awareness. Chamari Connor, 14 tackles. You tackling bastard. One sack came from Charles Omenihu. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that. Yeah, Omenihu. He got a sack, and that was she wrote. Detroit, Goff, 23-29, 203, 2 TDs, no picks. Gibbs, 65 yards on 17 carries. Jason Wynn, 6 for 66 yards in the TD. Sam Laporte, 5 for 55 yards in the TD. What are odds? Two guys had the same 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6 back to back. That's very eerie. Amon Ra, 9 for 45 yards. What the hell? The fuck is getting in checkdowns, Jed? Being too safe. All right, your phone went out of bounds. We ain't gonna be mad. At least it went out of bounds. And he had 3 sacks for the defense, one from Jack Campbell, Aiden Hutchinson, and Al Quadin Muhammad. Probably get your first sack since you played us. That's what the hell I thought. Here's what I'm saying. Yes, I knew it, yo. I was like, that was his first sack since he played us. We had 2.5. Yo, that's some whack, G. We so. Man, need a miracle. Falcons and Bills and Hotland. I got this one wrong, but I'm not mad at it. Because Bijan Robinson, 81 yards to his house. Oh, he went ham. Had 170 yards rushing too. Delicious. On 19 carries. Algier got the other rushing TD, 32 yards on 10 carries, but he got a TD. And Michael Penix, he did solid, 20, 32, 250 in a TD, no picks. Nice. Drake London, 10 for 158 in the TD. Sheesh. Bijan, 6 for 68 yards. And Pitts, 3 for 18. And Algier, 1 for 6. That's all who got the ball. No one else got the ball. This is those 4 guys. Well, 5. 5 want to count things. But anyway. They had 4 sacks in the defense. 1 from D. Alford, David Onyemata, Sam Roberts, and Ruke Orahoro. Orahoro. Sound like a horror movie name that needs to be a real name. That turns to a real name. And 2 picks came from D'Angelo Malone and D. Alford. He was out there active with their hands. Yeah, only 6. Yeah, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 people got the ball on Atlanta side. If you don't count the center, you count 8. So, like, real total people. Only 8 people touched the ball. Wow. Ain't that something? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 7 really. I counted Penix twice. I don't know why. Yeah, 7. So yeah. For the Bills, Josh, 15 and 26, 182 TDs, 2 picks. 87 yards for James Cook on 17 carries. Josh had to get 42 on 6. You know how he be. Josh Palmer, 2 for 60 yards. Shakir, 3 for 33. Dawson had 1 catch for 19. Ray Davis, 2 for 19 in the TD. Josh fumbled twice. One of them some bitches went out of bounds, but the other one was covered by Elijah Moore. And the 2 sacks came from Javon Solomon and Ed Oliver. I guess. Oh, no picks. Oh, 4 and 2. Back to back. Y'all was undefeated, Buffalo. I thought y'all was high. I guess she playing some teams that's over 500 now. You're getting exposed. Just as we thought. And heck, I'll take the shot. We took a shot ourselves, damn it. We can embrace that. We can embrace the taking a shot at ourselves at our own expense. We can take it. Yeah, yes, we are below 500. Yes, we are. We can embrace the joke. We can embrace being a part of the butt of the joke. You don't like it. Who won it? And the last and least, Bears and Commanders. I had to watch this as a Commander friend, and everything was going smoothly for me. And for a while, I had to get a lot of help. I had needed DeAndre Swift to give me 20 points. And thankfully for the Bills defense, they only gave 1 point. And at the last second, Cairo Santos called out late. It was like he had a thigh issue. They was trying to see his game time decision by the time it was game. It's like, I can't go, coach. So Jake Moody called him up from the practice squad. We need you, Jake. All right, bet. So he comes in there and kicked 2 dashes in the first quarter. Bears up 13. I think the kid wanted to be greedy, taking himself for the TD 13-zip. Right before the half, JD finds Chris Moore from 22 yards. I'm like, what the? Why y'all still got Chris Moore? 13-7.5. 13-10 for Matt Gay. But the Bears ended with a Dansky back. But DC answered with JD finding Luke McCaffrey 33 yards and they take the lead. Then he finds Ertz 6-yard TD and it's 24-16. All you got to do is hold it down. Hold a Porsche out defense. But DeAndre Swift, 55 yards from Caleb Williams. He ran it all the way to the house. He had to get off the sideline, but when he got off there, he gone. They go for 2 and tie, but no good. But DC, they was doing their thing. It was holding the ball, being smart. But the fumble! It was a bad handoff, little exchange. It was bad everything exchange. And there's like boom. And the Bears get the ball back. I'm like, oh shit. So they grind the clock down all the way to the zeros and they kick a quick little 38-yard dash, see Moody, and they win the game 25-24. It was a good game, but yeah, it was tragedy at the end. But thank you, DeAndre Swift. You won me my fucking league. Holy, I was about to. If Swift ain't do it, he did. I was gonna be sick on this one because I had 4 guys on the bench that had 20 plus. Shit, you know, had 4 guys on the bench that had 20, and I had girls and call his son. They put up a fucking 3 and 2. And I think 3 and 4. I think son had 3, and then Gary had 4. And I was like, oh my god. And the 4 guy on the bench was Vidal, Brian Thomas, Hollywood, and get the other dude. I think it was another wide receiver. Either way, they freaking went ham on the bench, but y'all just saved me, boy. I'm not gonna lie. 14-1, 8 yards, no TDs. I love it. Swift 67 yards and TD on 2 catches. Luther Burden 451. You led the team. Adrian Warren 342. He got a little hurt this game too. Romeo Duze 2 for 32. But everybody, 2 fumble recoveries from Kyler Gordon. I think Nashawn Wright was the one that covered at the end that got them on the offense end. Yeah, 3 sacks. 1 from Chris Williams, 1.5 from Gervon Dexter Sr., and 1.5 from Dominique Robinson. Is that about that? And the pick came from Jaquan Brisker. Yes, JD threw a pick because he was 19-26, 211 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Krosky Merritt, 61 yards and 17 carries. He did break the dude's ankles in the backcourt. I was like, oh, he took his ankles. JD 52 yards on 10 carries. I ain't get the other guys. Chris Moore, 3 for 46 yards and a TD. Who thought Chris Moore lead team receiving yards? Zach Ertz, 6 for 43 yards and a TD. He led the team in catches. Jalen Lane had 1 for 37. Sam Luke, he had 1 for 33, but he had a TD to match. Dre Nichols, 3 for 30. McNichols, 3 for 30. And Debo, 4 for 15. Yeah, JD, both them and Murray, yeah, they lost that from him. And yeah, it was bad. And they had 3 sacks in the defense, 1 from Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Reeves, and a half-sack combination of Von Miller, Deron St. Armstrong. So they doing the veteran thing. The DC 3-3, Chicago 3-2. At least DC's above 500. At least y'all got that for yourselves. So let's start the week 7. Yeah, week 7. We have, oh god, we have the Steelers and the Bungles, the Squealers and Cincinnati. Here comes the Crimson Chin, but I think they're in Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, no, they're in Cincinnati. Oh fuck, they're in Cincinnati. Oh god. I'm gonna keep this at 1, but I'm gonna go with the. God, I hate to say it. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Good thing we're having a bye this week. The best case scenario would be a tie, which no team wins. That's funny as hell. Rams and Jaguars. Hey, Rams, I seen y'all practice and I treat our field right with respect. You know what I'm saying? Outfield, don't get in the infield. But they're practicing because they gotta go over this overseas, and it will be bonkers to go all the way back to LA to go all the way to London. So you might have seen ball for a week, you know what I'm saying? So you're welcome. We just giving you nice little stuff. I think they probably fly out tomorrow. Honestly, they probably fly out today or tomorrow, honestly, because you gotta get used to the sleep schedule, bruv, all that stuff. The Jaguars, both teams 4-2. I don't think Pua's going to play, but I'm going to go to Jaguars. They like playing in London, and we're familiar with that. Saints and Bears in Chicago. I'm going to go to Bears. Ew. Browns and Dolphins in Cleveland. Miami. Patriots and Titans. Is this 2019 or is this 2025? Because this is 96% pick. I'll go to Patriots. I'll take the bait. Chiefs and the Raiders and Chiefs. Eagles and Vikings. I think J.D. McCarthy's about to come back. They say he's listed questionable, so and the Eagles been looking a little shoddy lately last couple weeks. I'm gonna go to Eagles, but might switch this one. I might. Who never knows? Panthers and Jets in New York. Logic dictates pick the Jets because the Panthers are over 3 at home on the road. But it's the Jets. Let's be serious. And they don't have Garrett Wilson either. So Panthers, Giants, and Broncos. I remember last time the Broncos were high powered defense against the Giants. They lost on a Sunday night special. And they got Scab, Boo, Dart, but no, I'm going to Broncos. Ooh, Colts and Chargers. It's going to be evenly matched. We'll go to Chargers. Commanders and Cowboys. Take command, DC. Please over Dallas. You do not want them to take over. Packers and Cardinals. Let's go to Pack. Falcons and 49ers on Sunday night. Interesting matchup. I'm going to Falcons. I don't know why. I feel upset. I don't know. They come in and start their whole snot out of them. Buccaneers and Lions. I'll try Detroit this time. Seahawks and Texans. Seahawks. And 45. I'll do 55 since you want to add 8s and all. So I'll cut 1.5 and do that. All right, boom. My picks are in. Oh, damn. I gotta go. Wrestling, we will have a conversation later. I gotta take this. Be well, stay safe, survive events.